Hey guys, welcome to a special edition of Styleogue, What They Wore on Wednesday, and we are here with Alonso Duralde and Matt Atchity. Thank you for joining us.
Well, we're such fashion plates.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
you guys dressed up for the occasion. I'm glad to see it. So with this Halloween theme, we thought it'd be a fun idea to do something with What the Flick, Styleogue, and look at the Halloween costumes that, for me, have been somewhat scary, iconic through the years, and we wanted to touch on the two movie experts to see what your guys' suggestions were.
Well, you know, obviously the movies have provided lots of costume opportunities for people over the years, and where would all these sexy Batmans be without the film version to have come along first?
Yeah.
But if you want to get specific, I like my Halloween old school and to be actually about horror.
So do I.
So I think if you look at horror films, there's plenty of inspiration to be found.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's all over the place. You really can run the gamut. You know, you can look at the stuff, the classic horror movies, and really one of the classic villains, Dracula, is almost always a very natty dresser. I mean, he's really at the top of formality, especially the 30s era Dracula movies, but even later, there's something about these demonic creatures that more often than not, they dress very well. You can look at Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate as the
great
devil,
suits,
dressed very nicely, and it's something about those guys. In fact, I think a lot of us like to see vampires and demons better dressed than looking
mere
ratty.
mortals.
But the other side of that is you look at, especially the movies from the 70s and 80s, the slasher movies, where you've got Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees who are working, Freddy Krueger, who are in very blue collar type, especially Voorhees and Myers are in
jumpsuits,
work suits, right?
Yeah.
And Michael Myers in some of the later movies, he'll at least pop his collar, but as kind of a
what I like about Dracula is you can pick your era. You can go sort of old school tux with the red sash, Bela Lugosi, or you can go big lapel, George Hamilton, Love at First Bite, Studio 54 era, kind of after 6. There are options.
I noticed how you stayed away from the Van Helsing Dracula. That movie.
Yeah,
we're all trying to forget Van Helsing.
So what we actually thought about here with Styleogue is to give you guys suggestions. For me, the most iconic female costume to basically scare the shit out of someone is the Exorcist costume. So what we're thinking about it with that is it's just petrifying, and it has led the way for many different costumes through the years. Like you look at movies like The Ring, all these horror movies, they just basically base this creepy-looking aspect from the Exorcist, which started off this basically scaring theme that we go through.
There we go.
I mean, look at that. Petrifying. I think the one on the right was the original, I'm not sure if the one that left was a reincarnation of it. As graphics got better.
You have to walk around backwards all night, but I think there's definitely some potential there for an outfit.
Yeah, and the tip that we have to get this outfit is you can get here just a standard white robe, and you can go with your usual spray of blood. But what the idea is turn the robe back round so you wear it back to front.
There you go.
So it looks like you're always with your neck the other way. So there's a little tip for you guys.
The can of pea soup is optional.
And then next, so for us, we're going to talk about the guy to be, if you want to be an iconic figure, the guy we're going to think about, the Invisible Man. What's your take on that?
He rocked the dressing gown like none other.
Yeah, look at that.
Cary Grant, maybe.
That dressing gown on the left there looks kind of like a blazer that I would wear. It looks like a nice suited blazer with a
and those sunglasses are rad.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. And we've actually got the suggestion here. What you have to do is just get a robe and then throw on. Obviously, you're going to have to get someone to help you out when you're taping yourself up with the band-aids, and then throw on the hat, and you're good to go with that. And then the final one is a couples one, which I'm sure is going to get a reaction here. Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein.
Oh, there we go.
Classic.
Okay, so classic with this is the thing. I think everyone's been trying so much to just constantly redo this. Why not throw an edge on it? Why not make it the hipster Frankenstein and the hipster Bride of Frankenstein? So what you can do with this is I see with that reaction, it definitely doesn't sit well, but what you can do with that is you can actually just throw on a shirt.
Sorry, I meant to say.
Hipster bad.
You can do it even just to make fun of that.
I've been wearing these glasses since 1996. Don't label me.
Yeah, that was one of the memes. I was dead before everyone else was undead.
There you go.
These are dead before zombies. So when we talked about the Frankenstein costume, way you can throw your hipster edge on it, put on a plaid shirt there.
This just gets worse and worse for me.
Put on a plaid shirt with the suspenders, tight skinny jeans, obviously cuff them at the bottom. You know how I like my cuff pants.
You do indeed.
I like to cuff the pants at the
bottom. You've got a sexy ankle. I don't
Thanks,
blame you for wanting to share that with the world.
And then obviously do your own face and makeup. You can check out the tutorials on that. And for the hipsters, Bride of Frankenstein, I really like this idea. Wear a beanie. It saves you putting your hair in that, and then you can spray paint white up the side of
And
it.
then next year you can turn it to the side and go as a Hostess cupcake.
Inventive. Good way to recreate it. Get that dress, partner it with that hat, and you're good to go to stick along with the Halloween theme, which of course is to add your own edge on a modern day look.
Now, of course, the Bride of Frankenstein is more of a floor length. Here, I think you're clearly going for the sexy Bride of Frankenstein,
I think it's been done, but I mean,
you know, take it or leave it. I understand for some of you out there, the Halloween is your one night a year to like, woo, I got legs, look at my midriff. So, you know, knock yourself out.
Dress whatever way you can without anyone looking down on you. That's the idea of Halloween. But I have to say that I do agree with you on the final note. I think Halloween should still be about the horror aspect of it. I mean, but there's this combination now where you're getting people who are totally covering their face with the most gruesome stuff, but then still wearing a crop top and tight shorts.
Mixed messages.
Mixed messages. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was what they wore, looking back at the old iconic Halloween costumes. Make sure to subscribe to Styleogue and obviously subscribe to What the Flick. And thank you again.